Howdy folks, it's AJ, the hunting gear guy, and this is a Soviet Baikal IJ12. It's a 12 gauge over and under dual trigger shotgun for skeet, grouse, rabbits, all that kind of stuff. We can see that it's empty, so why don't we take a closer look at this thing. Now they don't make the IJ12 anymore, but you can still find these surplus or used on the this is used, this one here. I think that's Bakelite. It might be plastic, it might be Bakelite. It is kind of like that dark red, so it might be Bakelite hard butt pad there. These Sling swivels are weird. They're smaller than you would typically find. They're not even 1 inch. They're at their widest 0.75, 3/4 of an inch at their widest on these slings, which, I mean, that'd still be pretty tight. You might even have to use like a 1/2 inch, or maybe this being Soviet, it's some like weird metric sling swivel on there. But got those front and back. The wood is, I don't know, okay looking. Nothing too special. I would say that the checkering on this side is okay. The checkering on the other side is pretty smoothed out. I don't know if that's just if it was shot a lot by a lefty or it just wasn't that good to begin with, but the checkering's nothing to write home about on the left-hand side there. Just along the top there, we have a tang safety. Up is to fire. We also have a red indicator there. It is an automatic safety. I hate automatic safeties. Every time you open it up, that safety goes on, so you gotta remember to push it off every time. Great for skeet shooting, terrible for, I don't know, I wouldn't want it for hunting or anything. We've got that release right on top there. Push it over, break it open. Just like a lot of shotguns, you can't just like hang it open to get access to that bottom chamber. You have to pull it down just a little bit. It just kind of wants to hold that last little bit. So you do have to push it down to get the shells out when loading or unloading. Speaking of pulling shells out, we've just got extractors here. So I'll put just a dummy shell in there. And you can see that as we fire it, it doesn't eject them out, it just slowly pulls them out and you have to pull it out by hand. Now we've got double barrels, we've got double triggers here. The top barrel for this one is full and the bottom barrel is mod. So you can use that bottom barrel when a clay is a little bit closer and then go to the full choke when the clay is a little bit further and get a tighter pattern, a longer out to get that second chance. Now, there is a little bit of engraving on the sides of this one. You can see there's a bit of a squirrel. Well, the other side has a couple of grouse or, I don't know, Hungarian pheasants, something. And of course, that's where you've got the made in the USSR right there, which is funny. Standard takedown style forend here. So you just pull that guy off, pop it back on. You do need these little teeth out to pop it on there. It does have, it's not checkering, I can't remember what the name is, but it's grooved on the top here so that you don't get any glint off of there, so that is nice. And then we've just got a very plain bead sight on the front there. So that's enough talking. Why don't we take this out to the range and bust some clays. Now when you're out clay shooting with this one, this front trigger here, that's your modified, that's the bottom barrel, that's the one that's going to be your quick shot up close. And then you switch to the back one here to get your full choke, which is the top tube, when you're a little bit further out. And you can see, excellent for breaking clays. Excellent in comparison to like a pump shotgun or a semi-auto shotgun or something like that. Just the ability to switch over to the other choke and get some more distance out of your standard target rounds is really nice. And these things are under, I paid under $300 for this. Now this one's a little bit rough, like it's got some wear marks on it. You can see that the forend has actually been repaired. It had been cracked down the middle here. It cracked again, so I had to re-glue it and re-clamp it and re-pound out these these brass pins in here. But it works. It does work. I haven't had it fail to fire or anything like that. I probably won't. Like, I probably put like thousands of rounds through it before I get any kind of problems like that. These are just very mechanically simple firearms. You may need to get into the lock mechanism to clean it, since it probably hasn't been cleaned since you purchased it. Keep in mind, like the IJ12s, I believe they stopped making them in like 1970. So these are quite old. You may need to clean that out, or maybe not. Maybe just leave it and let sleeping dogs lie. So who should buy one of these things? I think there's one like really clear use. So we don't know if this will take steel or not. Some of these shotguns are quite old. We don't know if it's really made for that kind of thing. There's better shotguns for that. But where it shines is if you want to do clays or upland game, grouse and that kind of a thing, because they're very quick to fire. They're light-ish. They're 7 pounds. I guess there's a lot of shotguns out there that are 7 pounds. But you get 2 quick shots with your over-under with these. They're very safe to carry open like this, just over your arm. And again, they're very cheap. So if you don't really know if you want to get into trap or clays or anything like that, something like this, 300 bucks, you can buy one of these, shoot it for a while, and then after you're done and maybe you don't like clays or trap or something like that, you can just sell it for 300 bucks. You're not going to lose anything buying a used shotgun like this. I think that's really the appeal to an inexpensive shotgun like this, is that it's good enough to get started. It's good enough to get going on trap or get going on upland game. And if you really, really like those sports, you can upgrade and sell this, or keep it as a backup shotgun, and it'll do just fine as either of those. Thanks for watching.